Yes, hello and welcome to Ninja Stadium, where North Hobart await the task of Clarence in this round 3 SFL game. My name's Bo Down and pleasure to have your company wherever you are watching around the planet. Should be a good game. McGuinness and Blackburn will take the first bounce. Thomas in there, the Lamb as well. So looking forward to bringing this one to you live from North Hobart. We're doing it a little bit differently. Don't have the physical team sheet, so it might be a bit harder. Anyway, Stephanie Smith in the ruck rather for North Hobart. It'll be a good game here. Let's hope so. Bit cold conditions on the ground level. Just had a pulsating men's fixture. Now it's time to delve into some women's football. Let's get it underway. Tap down there was good from Smith, just off the hands of a couple of players. Flicking that one off was Webster. Very good player from her. Dump tackle the umpire's called. Good to see the crowd has stuck around. It's going to Evie Bingham. It's a long raking kick inside the forward 50, but meeting it out was Limbrick. Does well to get it. Maddie Hardy. Kick just got off by Stephanie Smith. Blackburn and her will be doing ruck battle all day. Nice kick inside forward 50. Leading out was McGuinness, but didn't make anything of it. So a deep entry to start proceedings here. Tapped down by McGuinness. Hardy did well to flick the hand pass out. Tackled immediately, though, was Chelsea Thomas, the skipper. Good build-up here. Couple of games at Ninja Stadium. Good to be broadcasting it to you. We see another ball up. Couple of stoppages to start this one off here as we see McGuinness tap that one down. Just in some space was Hardy. Got the clearing kick away in the nick of time, and it looks like it's going to come back in by way of Moffat. Drilling kick. It was a low bullet pass, but just out the back was Chelsea Thomas. Overran it though. In and under was Clark, and Roos might be able to get something here. Picking up was Oates, just got mauled though. Smith laying a strong tackle on her, will see a ball up. Good couple of games of football. Smith with a deft touch. Tackle laid by Webster. We'll see another ball up. Smith taps it down and immediately chucks it on the boot over the head of its teammate. Bobbling out though, and Grace White, the vice skipper, who's been in some red hot form lately, flicks it out wide to Webster. Clarence might try and get the ascendancy now. Moffat just shitting it forward. Again in there is Webster. She's been here, there and everywhere to start this game off. Appealing for holding the ball. Umpire didn't oblige. So again, another ruck battle. Blackburn just got pushed off it. Leading the four-comers there was Racy. Does well to pick this one up and go. Kick out wide was good from Preshaw. Has a couple of brothers playing as well who are handy themselves. Nice kick out and lead. Finds Hardy. Chip kick over the top. Will only go as far as Mackenzie Banks. Banks, chip kick was dicey, but hits up a teammate. But the kick just got smothered in the end. Hand passes off. Running out the back there is Oates. Just got stripped of it. Again, the Demons with the numbers. Off hands to Mackenzie Banks, but kick is not good. Only as far as Ava Reid, who's moved over to the Roos. Played a couple of years at North Hobart. Moved over to the Roos. So she sells the candy. So prominent is Ava Reid. Sets it on goal, but won't even register a score. So North Hobart with the kick in here. 16-minute quarters, I believe. Only not even a third of the way into it. They've already had a couple of inside 50s apiece. Smith was just crunched in the marking contest. Gets up straight away, though. She'll take her kick and do so with a little bit of power. Nice mark taken by Clark. Does well. Stabs a kick forward. Lurking out the back was Moffat again. Foot race is on, and Clarence get a couple of numbers to the football. Hits it out wide. Spots up Webster, who's been good to start this game off. There's Gemma Webster. Stabbing kick inside. Good mark taken by Heidi Preshaw. And the switch is on. Preshaw. Kick was intended for Archer. Was just a bit dicey, and the D's can try a roll here. Lurking around again is Smith. She's been around the football a few times to start this game off. Diving on it was Edmonds, but they'll drill a kick to the arc of 50. Mifsud. Strong presence down there in the forward 50. McGuinness is calling for it. That's the direction she goes. Kick is good, but doesn't quite get into the hands of McGuinness. Thomas has worked her way out the back. In fact, it was Thomas, the skipper. So kick out by Clarence to number 2 in Oates. Kick out of defence was a little bit sloppy. They'll send it inside forward 50. McGuinness brings ball to ground, tries to pick the own shovel up. Lamb hugging the boundary, breaks one tackle, slips it off to Bingham, who might get the first of the day. Bingham gets it. Nicely done by Evie Bingham. Just saw brother Josh come out and dominate in the men's, so Bingham will get her first of the day for North Hobart. Good start by the visitors, 117. Did well just to bring that ball to ground. Lamb did well to break through the tackle, playing in the fluoro boots and their helmets. Blackburn got muscled off. Smith looks a class above already. In there is Thomas. Couldn't quite get the hand pass away. Blackburn now. I think it might be the sister of Sticks Blackburn. Saw him during the week. We'll be covering that Anzac Day game next week. All the D's to get their second goal of the term. Into red time now. Grace White wheels and goes. Very, very, very good kick from her. Does well. Gets her first of the day. Second for North Hobart. They're taking the lead early. 2-4-16 players yet to score. Clarence here. Bit of SFL action. So back in the middle we go. 16 points the lead. It is to the D's. McGuinness has been good in the ruck. Swift tap down by Lamb. Only as far as Webster, who's been one of the Roos' best. Lights are nearly about to come on here at Ninja Stadium. It's quite dark at the moment. Pacey just dropping that one. They're edging forward. Here are the Roos. Mackenzie Banks comes out to lead it. Reed was the intended target for that one. But again, wheeling and going. Nicely done there by Hardy. Sending them inside forward 50. Just spilling the means at the crucial time. I think it might have been Oates. Moffat. She's had a stack of it early. And Oates will tap it over the boundary line for a throw-in. Not long left to go in the first term of this exciting clash. Have been two of the heavyweights of the SFL for a long time. Have North Hobart and Clarence. And throw in. It is deemed as it runs down the boundary race. So throw in now. McGuinness. In there was Chelsea Thomas. Might have been taken without. It was Clark. Umpire didn't deem so. White's worked her way up to the football. In fact, it might have been Barnes playing that high half-forward role. No one in the defensive 50 for Clarence, so if they can go quickly, they might get Mifsud out the back, who's playing as the deepest. Moffat. Kick to a 2-on-2. Clarence with the numbers. Favouring them was Webster. Spun out of trouble once and then slapped it on the boot towards the boundary line. Standing underneath it professionally was Banks. So Mackenzie Banks. Kick down the line. Chelsea Thomas was nearly reeling it in. Tapped off the boot there by Webster. And boundary line beats all comers. Ran over the boundary line by Clark. We'll see a throw in right in front of the interchange bench and right in front of the commentary position here at Ninja Stadium. As the siren goes, the umpire doesn't even have to worry about it. It's been a convincing first term from the Demons. 2-4-16. The goal kickers, we've got Bingham and White with a single apiece. This one is shaping up to be a cracker. If Clarence can just get the ball movement flowing here, they might just be a sniff. But North Hobart taking a 16-point ascendancy into this one. We'll take a short break here on the SFLW live stream. Make sure you stick around. Hopefully Clarence can regain some momentum coming into this second quarter. Yes, welcome back to the second term here live from Ninja Stadium. It's been all North Hobart to start this game. They'll be taking a 16-point ascendancy. As we go back in the middle, Stephanie Smith does well to tap that one down to herself. Umpire will call a ball up. So another tap down here from the Roos. And they go forward again here, the Demons. Tap down. Nearly running through was Wagner. Does well to clear this one off and out prematurely. Tapping onto herself nicely was Edmonds. Again going to the way of Bruce. She's been solid down there in defence. Hasn't been down there all that often. And it'll be another ball up here as they go closer to the 50 now, the Roos. Another kick on goal here. Might be registering their first score. Wickham with ball in hand hasn't had a whole lot of it. As we see Sean Hunter and always some of the patrons down here at ground level. Wickham on the arc of 50 will take some sort of kick right to the teeth of goal. Not many players flying for it. One does, and the pack disperse, and it's that girl, Ava Reid, again. One of the best up-and-coming forwards in the game is Ava Reid. She is a talent that must be said. Already playing Devils seniors. And we've put the moz on her here at Ninja Stadium. Hyped her up and just drifts across the face of goal. That's the first score of the day to the Roos as we need to get the lights on here at Ninja Stadium. Lamb does well just to affect that contest. Pick up and go to the teeth of goal, and Reid slides in. Couldn't quite take the mark though. Picking it off was Banks. Gets a hand pass away. Just in the nick of time. See a ball up. Triple header here at Ninja Stadium. Next week becomes an even bigger task as we move into Anzac Day. And the Anzac rounds, it means a little bit more. Of course, for the time being, we've got a tight one on our hands here. Only 16 points the margin. As we'll see a ball up inside the 50. Couple of big rap and go at it. Smith tapping it down to herself, but might have been pre-short in the tackle. Ball up. Edging closer here, the Roos. How can North Hobart spread off half back? That's the next test for them. Again, Clarence with the numbers. And another ball up. Ball up deep inside, forward 50, just to the arc, over the head of Oates. And springboarding out of defence is North Hobart, looking to see if they can put their third on the board, or if Clarence will hit their first of the day. Bingham rolls out to Wagner, sends him inside, forward 50. It's a brilliant kick. And coming out and leading is Maddie Hardy. Does well to lead out. Distance might be an issue. Hope we're proven wrong here in the commentary box. What would we know? As we look for the first of the game for Clarence. It is Hardy. Non-goal kicker, just to the teeth though. Leading out was a couple of Roos, but didn't really get anywhere near them. Clark got her kick smothered in the ends. Ball bobbling around again, and umpire calls for the ball. Blackburn in the ruck. Contesting with Smith. Smith grabs it and kicks it out. Only as far as a strong Jacinta Limbrick mark. Again, distance might trouble her, but she is a very, very handy goal sneak when they need her down there for the Roos. So Limbrick now will go for goal. for the first of the afternoon for Clarence. Crossing the arc of 50. Nearly has the distance on it. In fact, just bobbles around. Reed was in there. Oates as well. Ball will again be brought in for a ball up. So Smith and Reed. Reed got the tap down, crumbing it nicely. Thomas had her in a jam. A couple of patrons calling for holding the ball. Smith tapped it to the advantage of Reed, who has a little bit of time and space, but kicks it out on the full. It's an adventurous kick at best for Ava Reed. We'll see. A throw in now. Clarence searching for their first. Smith tapped it down to the advantage of Ferguson. A couple of brothers and sisters playing out there today, you would have thought. Hill Community and Family Club, North Hobart. So is Clarence. Ball bobbles out now to Wickham. And could just be dragged in. Back dispatches and umpire calls for it. Smith, Blackburn, bobbles out. Ferguson tried to lay a nice tackle. Thomas was hot on the collar. Bingham does well to pick it up. Had a couple of chances and umpire calls for his ball. Bingham. Yeah, thank you for that, Siri. Useful information there. As we see the ball just bobble around again. Siri on the special comments here, live from Ninja Stadium. As she goes again. We can't be saying her name. As it bobbles out, Lamb was the intended target. Does well. The hand pass from Burt was good. Springboarding for the first inside 50 is the target. Out to Celeste Knowles. Kick was hurried, but Whitehead will make a contest nonetheless in those dark blue boots. Tongue twister, that is. As they go down the forward line, Moffat tried to lay a hand into it. Ball going nowhere for a throw up just in front of us here on the commentary side wing. Good to be at Ninja Stadium. An annoying breeze sees itself arrive. Good hand pass from Burt. Running into trouble, though, was Wiley. Umpire calls for the ball again. Really scrappy stuff here in this second term. Not much to take out of it. McGuinness out wide. Oates just got pushed off as she went. In fact, it was Webster. Here is Oates now leading out in front of the football. Pushed off there by Vernon. Promising build-up here from the Roos. Kick forward was good from Wiley. Right into a tumble ball area. Not much lurking around, though. Bird off to Lamb. Sockles the ball forward and hopes for the best. Biffs it supplied a Shepherd, but just leaving the ball behind was Annabella Burt. Ninja Stadium looking at treats. We see it back up. McGuinness tapped it down. Burt just off the hands of her. Retreating back was Preshaw. Lamb will run onto this one. Shrugged one tackle. It is super duper easy for Maddie Lamb. Will be a behind. 2-5 now, 17 as the kick goes out. Webster finds herself in a bit of time and space. Manning the mark was Barnes. Hits up a teammate. Had the running Webster to go to. She did. Umpire called play on. Not sure what the free kick was for eventually. Reed worked her way up the ground, but Banks, the intercept mark, was crucial to keep North Hobart going forward. Limbrick came out. Does well. Spins out of trouble. 2-on-2 here. Leading the pack was Wickham with a nice mark. 2 bites of the cherry. Sending them forward. Promising build-up. Reed's worked her way out the back. Banks does well just to get the smother in the nick of time. And again out wide now to Bruce. Michaela Bruce has 2 pickups with the football and she'll be taken high. So she'll get the free kick. There's Michaela Bruce. All the numbers favouring this Commentary side wing. Barnes led up. Kick wouldn't have been 15 though if she went to it, and that awkward kicking style goes again. Push in the back against. Charlotte Edmonds will be paid. Off to Grace White. The number 11 got pushed as she kicked it. Umpire didn't see that one. Lamb flew for it. Kick was good forward by Percy. 1-on-1 foot race. Smith out the back. Wagner does well just to control it. Shrugged the tackle and wanted to go. Does well and kicks it out of defence for the time being. Picks up the opposition though in O'Donoghue. Will send them forward. Again, some scrubby football to start this term. Mifsud will be taken and a ball up. Ten minutes gone, nearly halfway there in the term. Currently a 16-point lead to the visitors. Kick out was good there from Barnes, sending them forward again. And a nice mark taken at full forward by Grace White. One of the premier players of this competition is Grace White. Ewan Salmon, Player of the Year tally on top. This for a nice goal and to really put the pressure on the Roos. It'll drift across the face, out to 17 points now. Bingham crushed the pack, dancing through. There was a little bit of class and elegance was Clark. Again, across the face have been inaccurate to say the least here at Ninja Stadium. 2-6-18. Plays 0-1-1. They'll go to this outer wing now. Try something different, will the Roos. So they kick it out. Limbrick's the target. Dancing onto it was Reed. Prancing onto her, though, was Moffat, and it's a nice, strong tackle. Good crowd still here. A couple behind the glass, which is probably where you want to be. Again, a tap down by Smith. Lands in the hands of Whitehead. Looks for the switch and ultimately hits up that teammate in Limbrick. Bingham stands the mark. Now Limbrick will try and go forward. Ball just didn't quite sit for a teammate in Heidi Preshaw, who's had a pretty classy first half, it must be said. As we gets pickpocketed by Bingham. 1-on-1, Mifsud nearly came out with it on top. Picking up was Pacey, driving them forward once more for the Roos. Kick inside the forward 50 have been hard to come by, but that one looks pretty good. Reed dancing out a little bit of space. How's this one going to bounce? It won't bounce kindly. It'll, in fact, bounce out for a throw-in here at Ninja Stadium. So a throw-in now, as we need the patrons to collect the ball for us. Promising start to the term here for the Roos. Tapped down by McGuinness. Reed was in there as well. Percy will take the tackle, but Clark will get the ultimate clearance. Sits it out in front of Bowl to do a little bit of work, and North Hobart with the numbers will clear the area maybe just prematurely, or Mifsud will take the uncontested mark as it drives them forward. Whitehead leading the front comers for the football, but again doesn't quite sit kindly for it. Burt runs into a tackle. Wagner was there for support. Does well tugging the jumper, and strong tackle on Burt by Wagner. Good tackle by Wagner just to see that one out of bounds. Decent throw-in by the young man. Hits it out to Clark, who runs to 50. Sits it out in front of White. In fact, it might just dribble all the way herself. Last side of defence will get there. And on the last side of defence it was Charlotte Edmonds. So Edmonds, rather kick this one out, but gobbled up by Mifsud. One of the premier key forwards of this competition. Handy cricketer as well. It is footy season. Mifsud patrolling that left foot. Swings it across the face of goal. A couple of flies will fly. Clark would just stab at it and it hits the woodwork. An even 2-goal margin now. I don't know if the scoreboard's updated here, but it might be 2-5 or 2-6 now, so a 17-point lead. Deep at fullback is Edmonds. Hasn't got too many options down wide. It was only really Celeste Knowles that made an option for it. Blackburn spills the mark, swooping up on it. Again is Thomas. Wagner last line of defence, didn't let it through that time. Wagner. High raking kick. Blackburn sat at the back of the pack. Webster just brought ball to ground. Clark. Lamb swoops on it. Hadn't offered if she could get the hand pass away, but Whitehead had other ideas. Five o'clock here in Hobart. As we see Smith with the clearance. Nudged under it though. Good use of the body by the Clarence defenders. McGuinness just falls over. Got pickpocketed though. And this doesn't look too bad now for Clarence. Oates. Driving kick forward. Hits up a teammate in Edmonds, who will equally send them forward by way of Wickham. Ball gets trapped at the half-forward line for a ball up. Deep into this second term. 2-9-21 now, so 20 points is the lead now to the D's. Blocking it off, though, was Edmonds. It's a nice-looking kick inside forward 50. Bangs with the spoil at the back, though. Kick was high up and under from Amy Edmond. Hugging the boundary line was Bruce. Just fell over at the crucial time. Nice pick up and go. Oates too hot to handle. Again, the hand pass goes. Squaring kick forward. It's good. Hits the teammate up. It might be Webster. It's Heidi Preshaw to try and get their first on the board here, the Roos. They desperately need a goal. They need it quickly. Nice looking kick by Heidi Preshaw. Splits the middle. First of the game to the Roos. Currently a 13-point lead. Preshaw made no mistake of that, and they finally get their first. It's tight here. Playing between the Arcs at Ninja Stadium. Pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from around the planet. 117 to 2820. Back into the middle now. Decent tap down by Smith, roving it nicely, but Limbrick had a little bit of work to do on her opponent, who just tried to drive them forward. Clark comes out first best, driving kick forward. Hits up a teammate in Percy, who will kick a long one inside forward 50. McGuinness nearly getting the crumb of it, but Bingham might do it all herself. Flicks it off. Burt just got her kick smothered. Lamb got tackled. Wagner doing some good stuff defensively. Hugging the boundary line. Hold on her tail is Moffat. Whitehead was there for a little bit of support. Bottom of the pack was Percy. And umpire deemed it to be play on. Bowling back out to Percy. She's had a couple of touches in a couple of seconds. Lamb breaks through one. Couldn't quite get the kick away again in the nick of time. And it might be coming back in by way of Mackenzie Banks does well. Just got tripped at the last line, and she's taken in a holding the ball decision. Limbrick. Scrubby sort of kick. Brewster as well, just to put the body behind it, but the siren will beat everyone here at Ninja Stadium. Currently, the visiting team taking a 13-point lead into this 1-1-7 to 2-8-20. Grace White and Bingham with the goals for the visitors, and Heidi Preshaw with one for Clarence. We'll take a very short break here. Don't go anywhere, because it might be interesting to see how Clarence can come back from this 13-point lead. Yes, welcome back to the second half here live from Ninja Stadium as we just try to clear the frog out of my throat. The old hairball has arisen and is proving a very difficult task to get rid of. Been a dominating term from North Hobart. So we just start the third term here. McInnes has been good in the ruck, but Blackburn equally up to the task. Holding the football to Cole. Clarence getting the first free kick of the term. Driving them forward by way of hands. Flicked it off to Percy rather. Mifsud. Driving kick forward just over the head of White. A couple of runners, though, will pick this one up. Bingham flicked it off. Intended for Burt. Didn't quite get there. And the umpire will call a dump tackle on the way of Clarence. So a kick in the middle of the ground was a little bit dicey. Umpire did get there, though, to call for the free kick going to North Hobart. As they drive it inside forward, 50 once more. A couple of players come out to lead at it. O'Donoghue does well on second attempt. There's Adelaide, if you don't mind. Adelaide O'Donoghue, and then be intercepted by Heidi Preshaw. Kick in to this commentary side wing was just picked off by Percy. Does well, rather Edmund, just to shovel it forward by way of foot. Umpire with the controlling ball up. Tapped down by Blackburn. Lamb had one tackle to beat it, but it was a high free kick against the first one. Lamb driving them forward. It was nearly a perfect kick off to Adelaide O'Donoghue. Ball didn't quite sit for her. Bobbing out the back was Webster. Late the Shepherd. Telmer still got there in the nick of time. Off to Percy. Pacey was right the first time. Lamb's been caught in a jam. 50 metres as well. Umpire's cold. So 50 metres is the call. That one's going to stand the mark, though, so she really crept up a little bit more. Webster being one of the bright stars today for the Roos. Kick just cut off by Bingham. Didn't rule the mark in. Tapped it off to the advantage of Wagner. Webster stabbing a little kick forward, but ends up working okay. Back to Webster. Might do it all herself from outside 50 to Reed. So Reed now looking for her first of the night. Ava Reed switching teams through the off-season. It's a different looking ball drop, but Reed gets there. They get the first of the term, and it only cuts it back to 7 points here at India Stadium. To 113 to 2-8-20. They haven't been the most accurate in front of goals of the D's. Might come back costly. We'll see how they go in this second term. McGuinness wraps it out of the ruck, just slapped it on the boot. Thomas hoping it didn't ricochet off into the noggin. Clarence still pressing. Lamb laid a nice bump on Preshaw, and it will be another ball up. Meal of the day, it seems, is the ball ups here at Ninja Stadium. McGuinness Tapped down by Clark. Drilling kick forward. They've put Bruce up into the forward line to get her into the action. Bingham pushed her opponent underneath it. Clark drilling kick forward. Whitehead in the one-on-one. Using her opponent to her advantage is Smith. Brilliant kick by Smith. Turned her opponent inside out. That is her first of the day. Stephanie Smith, who was resting down forward, did well to get their first of the term. Back out to 13 points. Two 113, 3-6, 26. Bruce took the early goal. Now they already got another one. North Hobart, so really for nothing. Another clearance one by Webster. Nice little check side kick is really nifty. And finds Lacey Clark just over the head of Preshaw. Might have got Falcon in the end, did Clark. Kick forward now to Mifsud. Does well on second attempt. Spins out of the tackle eloquently. Out to Bird. Umpire just letting this one play out. Blackburn got tackled by Lamb. Dug into the turf and umpire says, give it to me. So a couple of goals early in this term. Bingham. To the arc of 50. Mifsud. Pick up and goes. Dropped the football. Umpire deemed it legal. Bottom of the pack now is Knowles. We'll see a ball up. Tapped down by McGuinness. Lands in the hands of Wagner. She'll be tackled prematurely and be called for a ball up. Blackburn tapped it down. Nice service to Knowles. Coming out of the charge there was Edmonds. Ball still bobbing around. White was beneficiary of this pickup now. Does well to shrug the boundary, but a free kick to Clarence for holding. Kick in the middle of the ground from Archer. Nearly just over the head of Amity Clark. Or Chick, rather. Chick will still get the free kick, though. Not too costly. Just have trapped him in at half-back. High, long kick. Moffat was working around to it, but standing underneath it was Macy Clark. They go back in the middle of the ground. Wagner was the intended target, but cutting it off was Blackburn. Gemma Blackburn. Good continue to the family in the crowd today. Another Kelly absolutely loves it. Thomas just got the fist in. Because it's still pretty scrubby stuff. Lamb just shinned it forward. Whitehead had to bang on the boot because Lamb was coming at her at full pace. And dropping back again is North Hobart. They've been defensively sound this game. As a stabber kick forward by Tia Moffat. Spun around to the tackle. Had to be holding the football. It was. Good tackle on Ruby Pacey from Burt. Sitting out the back is Smith. She might just run it in herself. Does the unselfish team thing right to the teeth of goal. Nearly hitting up a teammate. Mifsud with a tackle. Ball just got out. Stabbing a little kick forward into some time and space. Finds Hardy. But couldn't do enough to keep it in. Cold autumn night here at Ninja Stadium. So it's tapped down now, just to the teeth end of Clark, and umpire calls for a throw-in. Well, she's paid deliberate, and a little bit of a elegant sort of display action there from the umpire. But they've still locked it in their back half for a number of minutes now. 9.5 gone. Across the face of goal was an interesting kick by Smith. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Rachel Archer, who's had a pretty good game. Archer, we tick over into 10 minutes. 2-1-13 at 3-8-26. Bo Downham in the commentary box with you. Pleasure to have your company wherever you're watching from around the planet as White takes a strong mark. Kick forward, finds Lamb. Probably doesn't have the distance, so that's why she squares it off to Mifsud, who, that's knowing your teammates in a nutshell there, knows that she's a left footer. It will still take a bit of an angle, but left foot is paradise, you would have thought, for Emily Mifsud. Hasn't kicked the goal yet. Star player opens up the arc, and just after hyping her up, she misses. So 3-9, 14-point lead. Streaming out of defence was Archer. Ball wobbles out, and we'll see yet another boundary throw-in, or maybe not. It'll be the last touch free kick. Kick just got smothered right into the pocket of the North Hobart goal. A couple of players combined. Nicely done there by Hardy just to keep it in. Does ought to chuck it on the hand. Bingham with a high flat sack roosting ball. Nothing really eventuating from it. Picking it up there was Harper. Cleared it out of defensive 50, but maybe only prematurely as White dances around one. Opens up the arc. Right to the teeth of the goal. They've got a couple of spares, but that doesn't concern them, because Michaela Bruce takes a strong contested mark against a couple of roos. This for number 4, and to jam it out to 20 points. Relatively easy kick there by Bruce to get it out, and again, I thought we might have put the Moz on her, but it's a nice goal there by Bruce to send them forward. And it's now 4 goals to the home, or visiting team rather. Taking the ascendancy into deep into this third term. Big week of football coming up. We've got you covered all over the shop. A couple of NT AFL games coming your way soon next week. Also got some Anzac Day SFL football. It's shaping up to be a classic. North Hobart and Lauderdale, if you don't mind, as we see this one again just bobble out. Not too many players can stop this North Hobart team at the moment. Kick was intercepted by Archer. Genuine roost into the middle of the ground. Finds, I think it might be Preshaw, out in front of its teammate in Harper. Driving kick forward. Just cut off though by Moffat. Might have been Pike rather, as this one's just kicked out. And umpires plucked a push in the back. So for all their troubles, Clarence are going to have at least an attempt on goal. Scrubby kick forward though by Ashley Harper. Maybe got a bit of toe on the grass. So you see this one out. And breaking through with a little bit of pace was Birch. She'll end up getting this one. Umpire called it a throw. Ball in hand is Preshaw. Kick forward. Banks does well just to push Limbrick underneath the football. She's been sound down there, has Mackenzie Banks. You see this one just to the outer wing. Another streaming passage of play here. McGuinness is out in the paddock. Just dropped a soda though. Flicked the hand pass off to Bruce, who again sends them forward and drives them. Out in a little bit of time and space is Smith. Just didn't quite get there in the end. And so it'll be a ball up. Ball up deep inside forward 50 for the D's. A couple of people emerge to try and get the football, but nothing really eventuating as we see it. Free kick plucked to Celeste Knowles, who's been relatively good down there in the back line. Picking up was Thomas, the skipper, who's been influential to say the least. Scrubby sort of kick inside forward 50, favoured White, but Whitehead can take a little bit of territory with this kick. Nicely done, though, by North Hobart. That was brilliant stuff there by Moffat to come across. She's been influential in this game. It's Pike, actually. Ali Pike has done well. Nearly a brilliant team play there by Smith. Didn't quite get the hand pass down. Wiley flicked it into the middle of the ground. Did Burt. Had some work to do. As we see a free kick going in North Hobart. Stabbing kick forward. A couple of key backs and key forwards go at it. Nifty little hand pass off by Barnes. Kick inside forward 50 again. Bingham might just pick the crumb up, or Mifsa might do it herself. Clark, good kick inside to the teeth of goal. Will find Archer to Clark. Clark out wider. Not really much going on long down the line though, so Alex to kick it inside the corridor nearly with a scrubby kick. Ends up bouncing and trickling its way to Limbrick, who has a runner out wide but gets mown down. Nice tackle from North Hobart. Kick into the middle. Webster, who's been influential, stabbed it forward. Clarence pressing. Out the back is Oates. Taken in a tackle though. Ball up. So 3 minutes left in the quarter. 2-1-13 to 4-10-34. 21-point leaders are the North Hobart Footy Club. They've done it pretty convincingly, albeit not really in front of the goal face, but more around the clearance and the pressure game. Wagner, high up and under kick. Running out the back, though, is Oates, who just slapped it on the right boot and tumbled one forward to Reed, who wasn't judged to have took the mark. Reed, it's hot in the kitchen early. Out the back there is Oates. Flicks it off now to Harper. It'll be a ball up inside the forward 50 for the Roos. A couple of times they've gone inside forward 50, but nothing's eventuated from it. They'll be looking to make amends. Tap down again by Smith. Influential as always. As it starts to rain. So we've got nearly every season here today at Ninja Stadium. And again, cold and wet and wild. Ball up. It was warm, then it was windy, and now it's cold, and now it's wet. Wet weather footy here at Ninja Stadium. How good is it? This one's tapped down by Smith. Roving the pack was Lamb. She'll be taking a tackler hostage and tackled again. The patrons just start to move under the stand here at the Ricky Ponting side of the ground. Ball forward. It's up. O'Donoghue's been really good. Adelaide O'Donoghue just spilt the beans at the last second. Tapped it onto herself niffly, but Mifsa's out the back if she wants to. Sock it off the ground. That's a fair old roost. A chaos ball. Mark taken, though, by Hardy. Hardy's kick to Wagner. They've looked to use the switch a couple of times now. Hasn't quite worked out for them. Up to Amity Chick. Now Chick has got a kick cut off, but lands in the lap of Rachel Archer. Ball was a bit too hot, though, for Macy Clark, and we'll see the ball bobble out again. Clark off to Webster, has racked the touches up this afternoon / this evening. Out in front is Harper. Mackenzie Banks does well just to cut the kick off. And another ball up on the outer wing. It'll nearly do us here at North Hobart Oval in this third term. Only a couple of seconds left, and there is the siren. A convincing term from the D's. Sees them go in front by 21 points, 2-1, 13 to 4, 10, 34. A couple of your goal kickers. Pre-Shaw with the only one for the Roos, and also Reed has got one as well. Bingham, White, Smith and Bruce with singles for North Hobart. So we take our last break of the evening. Make sure you stick around and watch this last term.
I went to see a skin specialist and I heard the word no 23-year-old wants to hear, melanoma. I'm so thankful I got it checked out. If you notice a change in shape, size, colour or development of a new spot, see your doctor.
Blunston's been building hard-working boots for over 150 years. The tougher you need them, the tougher we build them. Giving you advanced protection and all-day comfort. After all, you never stand still, so neither do we. Blunston, building the future.
Hey, look what I've got.
Hot cross buns.
Yeah.
Dad, what's so special about Banjo's hot cross buns?
Mate, where do I start? In the mornings, Banjo's bakers start super early. Yeah. They put a lot of effort in making the perfect buns. Every bakery bakes these buns fresh every day. Golden brown, soft, fluffy, creamy, buttery, sweet, but not too sweet. Lightly spiced, chocolatey, perfectly glazed, just like they've been making it for 40 years now.
How about just yummy?
Banjo's, for those hot cross moments.
Here we go. Last quarter action here live from Ninja Stadium. It's been a footy feast here over your weekends. It was NWFL yesterday, NTFA yesterday. We've had the SFL today, SFL on Friday next week, NTFA on Saturday. It's been a footy festival here on the AFL Taz YouTube. Let's get this started. Let's go and see how both of these two teams will combat the rain and the wind as we see Smith. And it starts relatively boring with a ball up. Probably been the middle of the day, the ball up. Tap down. Sets it out in front of Webster. Just loses it going forward. Now just Wiley in the bit of space. Just cracked open the hand warmers here at Blunston. Rather, Ninja. Very, very cold conditions here. Be feeling it down at ground level. Lamb's been dominant this game. We end tap down to Webster. Running out was Pre-Shaw. Sits it down in front for Ferguson to cut off. Clarence pushing again. It's a good kick inside the arcs to Wickham. She just misses the target with the hand pass, does Chick. A high spiralling football to this outer wing as we see them soccer it forward. Soccered forward and then kicked into some time and space. Lamb got tackled. Playing this one out to the final whistle. Both teams. Clarence might just be able to cause an upset. It'll take some sort of effort from here, though. Clarence on the back foot early. They get another tap down to Wickham, who's been pretty lively. Webster's been good as well for the home team. Bruce is lurking around. Flick the hand pass off. Over in front of Clark. Ball got out, though, of the defensive 50. Taken a strong tackle is a couple of North Hobart players. Boring start to the quarter. Not a lot happening. 21 points the margin. It's a gritty sort of football game. We've got our hands on here at North Hobart Oval. Or rather, Ninja Stadium, North Hobart Oval next week. Bobbing off the hands of a couple of Roos. Kick was good off the turf. Sets it out for a task for a couple of players who I think they might have just kicked the wrong direction potentially. Maybe I've just got my ends around the wrong way as Reed takes a diving attempt of a mark. Flick the hand pass off. Oates with a little bit of time and space. Banana, check side, kick on goal will actually miss everything. So a couple of hours here at Ninja Stadium. We've had two pretty tight games on our hands as that one just misses Barnes in the back pocket. Oates had a hand free but couldn't get the hand pass away. Smith will do the ruck battle with Wickham. Wickham sending them out wide. Kick inside the forward 50 from Amy Edmond. Flyers fly, but the crummers will crumb in Grace White. Tapped down by Barnes. Flicked the hand pass just into some vacant area was Lily Harper. Good sort of ball to space that stayed in the field of play. Whitehead will put this one in front of her. Smith taking in a Knowles tackle. Be a ball up. Yeah, the spark is well and truly out of this game at the moment. Starting to drag on a little bit here at Ninja Stadium. Tap down was crafty by Stephanie Smith. Thomas pushes her opponent underneath the football, crumbs it. But going the opposite direction was how many chicks she had other ideas. Kicking forward to Grace White, hits Mifsud on the chest. So Mifsud now to drive a long one inside forward 50. Bruce at the back nearly. It'll slide and trickle and dissect its way into the goalpost. Enjoyable last quarter of football here at Ninja Stadium. It's been hot in the box, that's for sure. Definitely shaping up to be a cracking last term as we see another kick inside forward 50 to Barnes. And I say that in all seriousness because Clarence have been pressing them inside the forward 50. If they get 3 goals, they're right on target. Lamb, Thomas, just got pushed off it. Behind. So another kick out of fullback. Wasn't really penetrating enough, but it does hit up a teammate who is willing to run and dash by Amy Edmond. Bounce in quite sit, needed a little bit more game awareness. Off now to Pacey. Just trapped with it. Pardon me, umpire didn't see it. There's a free kick off to Barnes. Does well to nudge her opponent underneath it, but she's tackled immediately was Annabelle Burt. What else would you rather be doing on your Saturday night than watching some SFLW action live from Ninja Stadium? We've just got a couple of crowd members giving it to us here in the commentary box. So we've got Barnes now taking in the tackle, but it has been a good spectacle. Not willing to give up yet, the Roos. They've looked lively when it's gone inside forward 50, but they haven't been able to trap it in enough. Reed, the big target down forward, just hasn't able to get her hands on it. It's a push free kick going the way of the Roos. Senior men's team got a victory. Whitehead just spilt the beans at the crucial time. Had to mop it up and kicked it pretty well. White claimed it was touched. The umpire's really going to change their decision, and the kick is pretty sloppy as well. Scrubby stuff all around. 13 minutes to go in the term. Cracking game of football here at Ninja Stadium. It's up Bingham. She's been good. Wheels and goes. Searching kick in the middle of the ground. Just over the head of Ava Reed. Has been good. Twists her opponent inside out. Nearly gets tackled, but shrugs it. Just has to send a high bulleting kick forward. Banks out the back. Limbrick following her. Banks is happy to see this one over the behind line. It'll be another behinds. A couple for each team, that's for sure. Another kick out to Clarence. Ball again, bobbling and not sitting at the appropriate times. Webster out in front of Oates. Twists and turns. Tackle and parts the seas. Beat some sort of goal. It'll actually drift over the behind line. I'm not sure if the camera can get this, but we've got a young man sitting just in the rain, if you don't mind, in front of us here in the Ponting stand. No cares in the world. Lamb. There was a push. He's just sitting down there. He's not fussed at all that it's raining. No care in the world by that young man. as Limbrick will get a free kick and try to go for goal. She hasn't troubled the scorer's card as of yet. Really, really nice kick on goal from Limbrick. She's a star of this competition. Limbrick does a very nice goal-kicking action. That's another goal for Clarence. 3-3-21. It's back to 15 points. There we go. He's seen the cover and he's not happy at all. No cares in the world. As he walks off at a shot. Something to keep us entertained here because it's been all North Hobart this game. They've been inaccurate in front of goal though. They've had 16 scoring shots to 6. That's a differential at 10 if you're not very good at maths. Actually surprised I worked that one out as quick as I did as we see it go back into the bullseye of the grounds. Thomas, Bingham, nice clearance. Mifsud was the intended target, but nice little bit of bodywork displayed by Knowles. Again, the ball not really travelling anywhere. Only 10 minutes into this quarter, another 10 to go. As he goes and sits down in the rain again, the young fella. His mum won't be too happy with him when he gets a cold next week. Bingham. Bit of a collision. Limbrick and Bingham both come out the beneficiaries of that. Bingham. Wagner. It's a scrubby ball to pick up as it has now started raining here at Ninja Stadium. A long high kick inside the forward 50. A couple of players will go at it. Whitehead, the recipient of the hand pass. Didn't want to take the bounce because the ball hasn't been sitting for them at the moment. Wagner and Whitehead. Wagner got the hand pass away. Strong tackle laid. A couple of D support. Clark off now to Barnes. Lamb. It's a nice looking drop punt in the direction of Bruce. Lurking out the back though is Wiley. And Wiley gets one. And a little bit of more fuel to the fire for North Hobart. Good kick by Wiley. He does well just to pick that one up and go 5-12, 42 to 3-3, 21. Tap down was won by Clarence, who try and push their way forward. Nice pick up and go by Harper. Stabbing kick inside forward 50. Reed was out the back. Limbrick might be the beneficiary of another one. It's a trickling ball forward. Doesn't quite sit there. The Cummers will race forward and it's kept in. Limbrick dances round one. A little bit of swaz to end the night off for Limbrick. Little bit of techers there. Good on Limbrick. That's her second of the night. 4-3-27 to 5-12-42. Back to 14 points now at Ninja Stadium. Couple minutes left in this heavyweight bout. They fought on the ruse, but won't quite get the chocolates this evening. As they're still not giving up here. Wiley sends it to a paddock of space. A Rue and a Demon will go at it. We would have thought that the Rue will come out second best in that foot race. It'll be a free kick going the way of Clarence. Not long left. 5 minutes to go. Good day of football here as Lamb contests that one. Well, drive it forward once more. Lamb gets the 1-2 punch. Might be a knockout blow here, but last line of defence is Archer. Out to Wagner, who just spills the beans. Tapping onto herself pretty niffly. Ran into some trouble. Intercepting that one is Barnes. It's a kick inside forward 50 directed for Mifsud. She had 3 to beat though. Outnumbering her all night have been the Roos. Hardy working in a telephone booth at the moment. Hardy will again get the free, or the kick rather, from the mark. Mark from the kick if you're saying it correctly. Hardy. Pacey to Whitehead. Intended target was Limbrick. Out the back, dashing with a little bit of time and space is Wickham. In the direction of Reed. Outnumbers or outbodies her opponents. And does the unselfish thing. Inboard to a teammate for Limbrick, who might get her third. Needs to bring it back. Limbrick gets it. I mean, is there a pulse? It's only 9 points now. There might just be a very, very faint pulse here for the Roos, or maybe the Demons will try and shut this one out. The clock is still ticking. 3 minutes left in this encounter. Been a good day for football. Not long left now. Limbrick cutting the margin down to 9. Smith, roving the pack was Thomas, putting it out in front of her was Pacey. They've fought to the very end here. Off to Clark. Clark out a little bit wider. Fighting this one out to the death. The Roos. Clark just spilt the beans, the teammate did, who set them for a kick inside forward 50 if she would have marked it. Mopping up though is Hardy. Does well to break one tackle. Got the hand pass away. No, she didn't. That'll be all she wrote here at India Stadium. 2.5 to go. Bingham just drills it in the Lamb direction. She's out the back. Just goes for goal herself. Lamb. Last line of defence is Harper. It might trickle all the way. Harper will tap it over. Dying stages of this game. Spiralling, tumbling, interesting ball will see itself out of play. Throw in shallow. Smith rucks her own, or roves her own ruck. Mifsud runs out of tarmac. Will be another throw in. 10 points to margin. 5-3 to 5-13. Inaccurate the Demons, but hasn't come back to haunt them. They get a kick out to White. Running into some trouble was Barnes. White was there. And the beneficiary of the hand pass, Lamb, shrugged it into a little bit of space. Running into some trouble was Wickham. Does well to get the hand pass again. They drill it and tumble it inside the forward 50. It'll be a free kick going the way of the Roos. A lot to like about this North Hobart outfits, equally as much as Clarence. So both put on a pretty good display here as it can stand for the last 30 seconds here. Big week of football coming up on the AFL Taz YouTube. It all starts off Anzac Day at North Hobart Oval for the traditional Anzac Day clash. I'm pretty certain it's between Lauderdale and North Hobart. We'll be covering the women's game as well, I believe. So, looking forward to that double header again on the SFL W live stream. Myself and I think Tubes Taylor is penciled in, so we'll see him as this one is kicked out, and there is the siren. Convincing win by North Hobart. Not convincing in front of the sticks, but a convincing win nonetheless. 5-3, 33 to 5, 13-43. They've won by 10 points here, North Hobart. A big shout out to Ash Wilkes, Leonard in the studio, Jim Woolley on the camera, Chris Rowbottom for the first game. Jim's done 2 games today, so he's ready to head into bed. So, well done to everyone involved in the stream, all the players that have done a magnificent job in this Saturday footy fest. We'll see you next week on Anzac Day. Bye for now. Bingham just saw brother Josh come out and dominate in the men's, so big. Nice looking kick by Heidi Preshaw. Splits the middle, first of the game to the Roos. Currently a 13-point lead. Preshaw made no mistake of that, and they self from outside 50 to Reid. Maybe Reid switching teams through the off-season. It's a different looking ball drop, but Reid gets there. They get the first of the term, and it only cuts it back to 7 points here at Whitehead in the one-on-one. Using her opponent to her advantage is Smith. Brilliant kick by Smith. Turned her opponent inside out. That is her first. White dances around one. Opens up the arc. Right to the teeth of goal. They've got a couple of spares, but that doesn't concern them, because Michaela Bruce, relatively easy kick there by Bruce to get it out. And again, I thought we might have put the Moz on her, but